Hello, and welcome back to the channel. Today I want to showcase some of the 3D prints that I have so far for my Juggernaut project. So this was the original design that I had to lower the bed, but it didn't quite work out because, like I mentioned in my previous video, when the bed's lowered, the rear bumper would hit the leaf spring supports and prevents you from opening it up all the way, and you'll have a hard time putting a battery in the tray. So I revised it to have slots. These beveled slots help keep the bed from coming off. So if you could see the beveled posts in the back right there, this is how it would slide into place and then basically come out like that. So originally when I got the 3D printer from my friend, I didn't have an enclosure for it, so ASA is horrible. It'll curl up, so it'll do some warpage. So now that I have an enclosure, I reprinted it, and this one's more squared. I still have some tweaking to do to make it print better, more perfect. Anyway, next is this. Basically, this is a cradle that I'm working on for this single motor setup that I'm trying to experiment with. The idea is for it to catch the motor instead of just relying on the motor plate to hold it all up. So that thing's pretty heavy compared to the two motors, and it's longer compared to the two motors that's normally installed. So my thought was to basically catch it and prevent it from flopping around. I mean, it's pretty solid in there, but I don't want it to come crashing down on me. I mean, I can pull down on it and I can feel it flexing. Actually, let me see if I could install this real quick and see and show how it's supposed to work. So like that, but I want to move it forward some more to catch the motor a little better, but the leaf spring support is in the way, so I need to figure out another design. So there's already a hole right here that I thought about utilizing, but I need to figure out another way to, like I said, try to catch that motor. For my next video, I'll probably open up the gearbox since I need to grease her up. If you watched the previous video, you probably heard how horrible she sounded when I turned her on. Next is this. This is the behind the axle steering servo mount that I kind of designed. I've seen some on the internet, but I didn't quite like it, or I couldn't quite replicate it, I guess, or I just didn't like the design. So let's see if I can show you guys how that goes there. So probably better to show you guys this other colored one. That one's out of PLA, the one that I had on hand, and I ended up buying the ASA one. The reason I want to go ASA, it's supposedly more weather resistant than PLA, but I don't know. Who knows? I like PLA is a lot easier to print though. So if you can see, quality is a lot better than this one. Anyway, oh yeah, that's not the servo that's gonna go in there. I'm just experimenting right now, taking measurements. So that's how it's gonna look like, or how I plan of it looking like. See if I could zoom that in there. So, oops. Oh, steering links. Here's a couple that they're the same. I have a couple more different designs, just two different material. I think I had another one where the mount, or where you can link it to the center. These I printed out to basically prevent the leaf spring supports from crushing on me. So I bought this truck from eBay and it didn't come with all the parts. And looking at the build manual, I think there's supposed to be blocks that are supposed to sandwich between the leaf spring supports, but it didn't go all the way down to the bottom. Let's see if I can bring that in. All right, so back there. So all the leaf spring supports have the thing sandwiched in there, just basically to prevent it from collapsing on me. Like I said, I want to also print these out of ASA. So, but for now, this is what I had. Or back when I started printing them, I had the PLA. Next, I don't have it yet, but I've already drawn it up. Is a new tray, basically to make the battery holder deeper and longer. So my idea was to make it wider, longer, and deeper, so to lower the center of gravity. I actually have to already designed it. Like I said, I had to move this over because it would hit the gearbox if I stayed. I don't know if I can see that. If I just lower it, it's gonna hit the gearbox. So I had to move it, if I remember correctly, maybe like 15 millimeters, and then extended it out. I have more ideas for the truck, so hopefully you follow along with this project. Well, but that's all for now. So thank you for stopping by.